It's Animu time! Hello and welcome to another figure review. Today we're gonna have a look at the S.H.Figuarts Conan Edogawa from Detective Conan. The anime, the manga, whatever you want to look at. A show that is still running in Japan. Long forgotten in Western countries. Well, not really forgotten, but it's not... I don't know a single channel that still shows this. So, he's still there. And Figuarts decided, hey, we're finally gonna make a line, because a long time ago Figma did like a fig fix which was not articulated, and I wasn't really into that one, so now finally we got a fully articulated Conan, so let's have a look at it. Boy, oh boy, he is small, but he's supposed to be small, so that's accurate. But let me hit you with them stats instead of just talking about it. 9.5 centimeters tall to the top of his head, which means we're going up to 3.6 inches overall in size. Now look in detail of the figure. Let me zoom in. Let me see how much I can zoom in. The face sculpt looks really nice. They really hit the nail on the head with the anime eyes. That looks very good. Got a simple line for his mouth. This is actually not molded on, but still the line is clean. As for the hair sculpt, same thing. It definitely looks like it should. Got the one hair sticking out in the back, the one on top, and the one lower. As we go down to the bow tie, I gotta zoom in and out a little bit with this guy. Now overall paint, and that's another thing, I wasn't even gonna talk about that one, but there goes one of his hands. They are disconnecting a little bit too easy, but yeah, got the nice red in the bow tie, looks clean. Now overall the only problem I see with the paint job, and I say problem, it's not the biggest issue, but the white in his entire upper body. You have the old issue we talked about a lot. This is kind of dark blue-ish, and you're trying to put white over it. And in some parts, the blue still will shine through. But in this situation, I don't hate it. There is a little bit of paint bleeding also in the neck, but it's not the worst, considering that they are once again trying to paint over blue with dark blue with white. It still looks okay. Once again, there's a little bit of bleeding. I want to show you that. I'm not making excuses, but still, it doesn't really bother me that much. Then we got the one button, which is nicely painted with the yellow, kind of goldish, and down to the shorts, gray shorts. Doesn't have any shading whatsoever, but that's another thing about Animu figures. I don't really mind it when you're having like a colorful figure and you not put on shading, but yeah. As we go down to the shoes, to his sneakers, the only problem there is like the toe joint. As you can tell, it really kind of looks weird, kind of disrupts the sculpt. But as for the rest of it, the sculpt looks nice, also painted nice, so not really much to complain here. So for the articulation, it might be a little bit troublesome because he comes apart way too easily. The head is on a ball hinge, goes forward, goes to the back, and does there go the hands again. And does go all the way around, and the entire neck part is just packed in. You can take this off. Once again, that came off way too easily. But the bow tie is attached to it, so I'm not sure what the point of it is. You can rotate it, but yeah, why would you? Then we got a big ball hinge in the shoulder, goes up over 45 degrees. Can rotate it a little bit around, and does also have a little bit of a swivel, kind of like a bicep swivel, to make up for the lack of that. Then we got the big ball hinge in the elbow, and the fists, they are on these small pegs which disconnect. You don't have a ball hinge in there, and but it's really small. I mean, it's these small ball hinges. As such, the rotation in the hand, it's kind of weird. It's not, you have to rotate it on the ball, and you kind of just pull it out a little bit, but otherwise you're not. If you're just putting it back in there, you're not really getting anything out of it. It does swivel around, you can do that, but yeah, hand articulation not the greatest. Then the entire upper torso, chest area goes to the back, goes forward, and does also tilt side to side. Goes also all the way around, same thing here. As for the shorts, from what I can tell, I think they just molded the leg, and the short part just draped it over. It is soft plastic, does go out to the side very well. Does move forward also nicely, and does even go to the back a very nice amount, and you can rotate it either with the entire pant piece or just with the leg. Has some rotation in there. Then we got a simple ball hinge in the knee and the foot. I think it's just connected by another ball hinge. that's nicely covered up by the sock, so it goes all the way around, goes up and a little bit down, and does tilt side to side. And finally, you got your toe hinge. Oh, now I get it. Now I know why you have the entire neck, because you have a part without the bow tie. But let me look at the faces real quick. Those look very nice. There's a ton of accessories with this guy. Has one open mouth looking to the side, the angry face, and the kind of a little bit surprised face. And then there's the other neck part without the bow tie. And then the kind of scary surprised face once again, when he finds out who really is the murderer. And we got a soccer ball. We got the regular soccer ball, or football, depending on where you are. Doesn't really matter. And then we have which I like to call the Japanese football, which, you know, when they kick it with so much force that it bends like that, which is just so unrealistic, but it's fun. It's for the lulz. So then we move on to the hands. You got two open kind of holding hands, and then two posing hands. The one where he has the bow tie in his hand, because, you know, he uses a bow tie as a voice changer. You got all the detail in there. Let me move that in. It's kind of dark, but yeah, lighting doesn't really hit it, but it's nice and shiny in there. And then we got two more hands with the wristwatch, which it's so small. It's really hard to show that, but you got the wristwatch with the tranquilizer gun in there as it takes aim. Wow, I'm actually impressed by the detail in there. Very nicely done to tranquilize them dudes. Then we got two pointy fingers. Those are like really important. Well, these are kind of open, kind of folded pointy finger, and this one is just straight, and this one I guess is a thumbs up finger. Yeah, kind of, sort of. Well, it's still holding something. It's really hard to show these small hands, as you can tell. You know, just grabbing them, and they're just gonna fall down if I fumble around. And you're not really gonna see much, so that's why I keep everything in the packaging, because it's all pretty small, but very nice indeed. So that's gonna do it. That's gonna bring me to the final little farts. And one more thing, there's football, soccer balls, whatever. They do have holes to put it on your base, but base not included. So you gotta get your own machinations. S.H.Figuarts base for this guy if you want to display it. Well, you can display with the soccer ball, but just, you know, you gotta be creative without a base. But anyway, this figure is amazing. Like, really the only part I can kind of complain about is the articulation in the hands. But for the rest of it, he looks great, has the right size. Like I'm saying, he is small, but he is supposed to be small. And the fact that, like, really engineering a smaller figure is always a little bit harder. And I think they nail it. The articulation is nice, as I'm saying, except for the hands. And you got a ton of accessories. There's really not a single thing that I could still ask for. With the soccer balls, you got the tranquilizer gun and the bow tie with the voice changer. Everything is here. Literally everything you need to get a nice Conan display is here. And Figuarts is going to roll out more. I already got his girlfriend for pre-order, so looking forward to that. I'm gonna get that one too. But yeah, what does that mean? Absolutely 100% recommend it. Once again, this figure is really, really nicely done. So that's gonna do it, guys. As usual, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this review, hit it up with a like and subscribe to the channel so you can stay tuned for more figure reviews, card game stuff, and whatever Conan Edogawa wants.